Welcome, ladies, to Money Monday. It may be time for a dark mode December. This is your girl, Cherie. We're going to put on our 90-second clock, give people a chance to come in, and then I have a few things to say to all of you today. So here is our 90-second clock, and then we're going to get started with the show. Welcome to Black Women Making Money. We are the home of the upwardly mobile Black woman. For exclusive content and invitations to our Inner Circle Zoom meetings, which happen on a monthly basis, you can sign up for free for our email newsletter at bwmakingmoney.com. That's bwmakingmoney.com. Good evening, ladies. Welcome to Money Monday. How you doing on this Thanksgiving week? December is right around the corner. There are about 5 days left between now and December, and it occurred to me this morning that, actually last night, that I may be doing a little bit of dark mode in December. So I don't know if you're familiar with a YouTuber named Kareen Aloud, but she had showed up in my feed. I think it was just a few days old. She did a video a few days ago about becoming invisible and disappearing in order for you to like really hit your goals, really hit the next level, things like that. And as I was listening to the video, I thought, yeah, this is dark mode, basically. And with, things getting darker earlier in December, all of that good stuff. December for me is a great time for me to kind of think and reflect about what 2025 is going to look like. And usually when I think about it, by the time I think about it and come on here and talk to you ladies, it's like the day before, you're going to launch. But now I actually think it's a good time for you to really think about, hey, should I go dark mode in December? And if that's the case, then you've got 5 days to kind of think about it, sit and prepare, and, launch for next Sunday. So, things that you can do with regards to going dark mode. Is there something that you said at the beginning of the year that you were going to do, and you got 30 days left, 31 days left between now and the end of the year in order to hit that goal? Well, if that's the case, then maybe dark mode December is where you need to be, and dark mode may also be like hey, I'm not going to go to as many parties, or when I go to these parties, I'm not going to drink, or, I'm not going to gain 5 pounds between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. I'm going to actually lose weight or at least maintain during December, anything like that that you're thinking of. While people are spending time with family, while people are away from the office, while people are, well, everybody's always in their own worlds, but it's a great time for you to kind of reassess and say, hey, is there something I can achieve between now and the end of the year? Is there something that I can do? For me, within my loan officer business, a um, I got a certification for another state. So in the beginning of the year, will be certified officially in Tennessee. And then I'm also going to get a certification during the month of December for West Virginia and for potentially the Carolinas as well. I'm still thinking about that. Some of you could become notaries in dark mode December. Some of you could start that business. Some of you can think about monkey branching, um, you know, and going to certain networking events and things like that. So just having you think about, should you should you do dark mode December? And if that's the case, taking this week in order to prepare for that. I wanted to convey that information to you. The second thing that I want to do is just go over a couple of news items that I just think is pretty interesting. So, um, the first one is this here. Dozens of retailers have jacked up interest rates on store credit cards ahead of that Fed cuts. So the Fed is expected to cut interest rates. We'll see if they actually do it. But bankrupt home goods chain Big Lots raised its APR, annual percentage rate, by 6 percentage points from 29.99% to 35.99%, the largest increase out of the retailers, respectively, by bank rate. Anybody who has a credit card by any of these stores, like, I mean, I don't personally, but yeah, these stores are jacking up the interest rates on your credit card. So just be aware of that, be cognizant of it as you are going out. There's an expectation that $1 trillion is going to be spent during this holiday season. So look, they're looking to cash in on this while you are not paying attention. So just pay attention to that as you are, going about your day. Another thing, this is some good news. Some Muslim healthcare workers have come up with and created disposable hijabs. I think this is a great story. I love to see stuff like this. So we're going to look at a couple of minutes with regards to these young Muslim Black women who have done this. I love, love, love Black women ingenuity. So here we go.
Communities. Today, we're meeting two entrepreneurs in the healthcare field, making medical wear more accessible to all religions. Kirsten Mitchell from our CBS News Minnesota has the story.
Fraoli Adam and Yasmin Samatar met at St. Kate's University as first-generation students.
She didn't know it yet, but I'm like, she's going to be my best friend.
The respiratory therapists then worked at hospitals across the country, but as healthcare workers wearing hijabs, they faced challenges.
So I remember going in the OR room is a sterile environment. You have to keep very sterile. So having your hijab like this long all over the place is not something that's very ideal because you're bringing infection to the room.
And they had nothing to cover their hijab.
They had a beard cover. And we looked at each other like, beard cover, like they even have beard cover. Why not hijab cover,
So she's saying they had a beard cover. I had to listen to it a couple of times, a beard cover and not a hijab cover. So they actually took a problem that they had and created the solution for it. I hope they protected their intellectual property, but congratulations to these ladies. So let's watch a couple of more minutes and then, um, so that way we can see what they created and invented, which I think is great. It's a great idea for all of our Muslim workers in healthcare out there. And it's probably not just for the Muslim workers, it's probably also for any Muslim woman who is getting any kind of medical procedure, where they still need to be covered. So this is a great idea.
We're just like, this is okay. Something has to be out there.
So they set out to be the solution.
We introduce you to Mawadda's Hygienic Hijab, a patent-pending biosafe disposable hijab that is FDA compliant.
Like the diversity and inclusion is really important, making sure we're already stressful, we work in a stressful environment, helping other people, why not get the support? It's also about infection prevention.
Since launching Mawadda in 2022, they've received requests from workers and hospitals across the country and beyond.
So congratulations again to them. I love this story. I think that this is a great thing that they have done. They took a need. They took a need that they had and they created something that I think will break barriers. So again, congratulations to them and the work that they have done. Another story that I have for you. What's the average upper class retirement nest egg? Here's a look at what the wealthiest 20% have stashed away. Now, you all know that we are the home of the upper upper middle class, upperly mobile Black woman. Upper middle class as well. We want to be at the top 20% of income earners in the United States. So when I saw this, I thought it was great and interesting for us to just kind of see what the upper 20% actually have saved away, just so you can kind of compare yourself to what they have. If you are below where they are, then you can work on ways of catching up. And if you, notice that you're above or at where the average is, then congratulations to you. So I'm going to come down here because I'm not going to read all of this. They consider the median income for a 3-person upper class household $256,000 in 2022. So they're looking at that. New York Times analysis suggests that the top 20% of families have a wealth to income ratio of about 3-1, which means if you're earning a household income of $256,000, you have a net worth of around $770,000. I thought it would be higher than that, but apparently the top 20% have a net worth of about $770,000. The top 10% of households have a median net worth of $2.7 million. And what they did not say in here is that this excludes your primary residence. So there are a lot of people who, depending on where you live in the country and what kind of equity you have in your house, you could be, at the top 20% of wealth holders. And, it could be because of this is saying especially retirement savings here. So let's just pretend if you have $750,000 in your retirement savings, you are in the top 20%. So congratulations to all of you ladies who are in the top 20% with regards to your retirement nest egg. The final thing I have to show to you tonight, ladies, final thing is this dividend investor earns $5,130 per month on a 622,000 investment shares portfolio. So with his dividends, he is making $5,100. So I will tell you, I started reading this, and the minute I started reading it, I said, it sounds like he is invested in some risky dividend stocks. Turns out I was right. So I'm not here to tell you what to invest in. I'm here to just get you in the frame of mind that you can have a pool of money that spits off dividend cash for you. However, if what happens with dividend stock is that you will have something called a dividend yield, which basically means for every dollar you put in, how much dividend do you expect from that stock on an annual basis? And the truth is, when I did my research several years ago, there were stocks that would do like 7%, 8%, even I think 10% dividend yield. However, those stocks, when I started really doing the research, were super risky. So the dividend stocks that are less risky were, I believe, 3%, maybe 4%. So it was really low. So the other thing is there is dividend stock that will appreciate in value as well. So you're always trying to balance out the appreciation of the stock as well as the dividend yield. So one of the things with Yahoo Finance and any of these places is just not reading just the headlines, but kind of reading the articles themselves. But the other thing that I want you to think about is like, hey, what is possible out there? What's possible? The final thing I will say about this guy, again, I read the article, is that he has not quit his job yet. He hasn't quit his job. He said he's finally able to retire, but he hasn't quit his job, he and his girlfriend, because they recognize how risky these stocks are that they're specifically invested in. So I'm not even going to show you what the stocks are, but, I thought that that was an interesting article. Uh, Other than that, the news has been pretty quiet. I mean, everybody's, huffing and puffing about Trump and Project 2025 and ISIS. And, I'm not touching that story with the 10-foot pole, this trophy wife lady. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet on the streets. So it's a great time to do Dark Mode December, ladies. It's a great time to kind of think about ending the year right. So you don't have to be 5 pounds heavier than you are now. You don't have to leave 2024 without completing that certification or without starting that certification or without starting that business or, without doing certain things that you said you were going to do. Dark Mode December is a great time for you to kind of take a step back as people are doing other things, as your boss is going on 2-week vacation, as, maybe the kids are going to see grandma, all of that stuff, for you to kind of take a step back and say, hey, how can I end 2024 proud of myself and what I've accomplished? So good evening to KB. Good evening to everybody here. Hit the like button on the way out. Just want to come in, give you those few words, those few pieces of information with regards to some of the stories, news stories that I saw. And that's it. Princess of the Light, good evening. Good evening. I'm headed out. I didn't have that much to say. Just wanted to come in, leave you with a couple of words, have you think about some things, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, ladies. Bye-bye.